Alright, so as we have already navigating through the Kali Linux terminal, and we have already seen the sudo command. Now let's have some of the other commands, that is the terminal basics or the terminal commands that will be beneficial and you will be finding useful and navigating throughout the Kali Linux operating system. So before going to we can also mention that this $sign indicates that this is the normal user, and when it comes to hash, then it is the root user or the super user. And the super user means that he or she can do anything on the system. He can change, delete other users, create firewall rules, create the proxy rules, and do a lot more thing and anything depending on the privileges assigned to that root user by the super user. So basically super user is the root from the early stage of the Linux systems. Alright, coming back to the Kali Linux, let's have some of the commands that you will find it useful all the time. So before going to start, we can see this is the pwd in the small letters. That means the print working directory, meaning that it will list or show you that this is the working directory where you are currently working in. So this is the home and the Kali, and if I'm going to type the ls, that is the list command, and we can see this is the config, desktop, documents, and all these directories folders are there. So moving back to visually, we can see open folder, and here we can also see home and Kali is listed here. That says yes, this is the print and current working directory where the current user is working on. So this is the way we can change it to. There is a command that is clear that we can type to clear all of these things that we have done in the terminal, and it will be cleared. So moving back to the commands, we can change the working directory from the current working directory or the home directory. At this time we are on to it, to the parent directory or the root directory. So cd is the command that can be used to change the directory. Cd is stand for change directory to desired directory you want to. So if I'm using this front slash, then it will be changed to that parent directory, or in case you can say the root directory where all of the files are file system are placed and stored. So now if I am using the command ls, meaning that it will list all of the files and folders that is available inside the root directory. So mostly file systems of the operating system are placed or stored inside the root directory. And here we can see also the etc, that is the etc here, usr is there. There will be many thing options that can be manipulated and changed by the user. We can see now the prompt has been changed before the $sign. It was earlier the tilde symbol that we can say this is for the home directory, and now if I am going to use the pwd, it will say this is the parent directory or the root directory in this case. If you are the Linux user or have earlier used the Linux or Ubuntu operating systems mostly, you will find something is different in the Kali Linux. This is not because the operating system is different. This is because the Kali Linux have been assigned and developed in such a situation that it can be used by even a novice user who doesn't have or have the little bit knowledge about the command prompts or the terminals. So now if I am changing it to back to the current directory, what I can do is simply type the cd and it will be back to the home directory or the current working directory will be backed from there. Or there are other options too. So if I'm going to once again to cd and front slash, I'm going to cd etc. If I'm going to cd etc passwd or if I am moving back to from the etc, let me list all of the files, then we can go to that directory. So there might be more files, then we can see this is the Nginx is there, web server is there. So if I'm going to use that cd Nginx, this is also the directory. Now if I'm going to use the list command, it will show all of the files listed under that Nginx folder or the directory, in case you can say. So now this is the listing commands. Now let me clear it first so that it will not show up as a garbage. Alright, so now we have two directories. We are up two directories like the etc and the nginx. Now if I'm going to move back one directory, what I will do is type cd and dot after the space. So just figure out the space between the cd and the double dot. If you are going to use the without spaces, it is not going to work that. So now it will move back to the one directory, and let me go to one directory back. I mean to say one directory up, and now let me show you with the double dot without spaces. It is not going to work, that command. So the same kind I can do so is cd, and if I want to move back to the home directory, simply type the cd and hit the enter. This will be completely back to the home directory where you are working. Now hitting the command pwd will say that this is the home directory and where the normal user is going to work. Sudo command is used to use the switch the user and do the command, perform the command, that the full form is. So su is used for the sometimes it is referred to as the super user, but the exact meaning is the switch user, and do is for do the command. So if I'm going to use the sudo, meaning that it will switch to the root directory, I mean to say root user, and it will do the perform the command on behalf of that user, that is the root user in this case. So in most of the cases you are going to use the sudo command if you are not having the root access previously mentioned in the previous lessons. So there is nothing to do with that. So if I'm going to install some of the tools here, if you also want to do, what you can do is type the sudo command and apt get install and the path of the file where from you are going to download that and install that. So suppose most of the tools will be installed. Like if I'm going to install the tree view of the tool of the command here, I'm just going to use that. Alright, so there is an invalid operation gate, and this will be this way, or simply remove that gate and simply apt install tree, and it will be doing in that way. Now it has been installed, the tree view. It actually lists all of the folders, files, directories in a tree view. Let's see how it is working actually. Typing tree and hitting enter will show you. And the same thing will be shown in this case. If I'm going to hit to the etc, if I'm going to change to the etc, we can see this is the etc. Typing ls will list all of these things with the files and folders. So in the blue color we can see this is the folders, and this is the file. So moving back with the tree command, let's see how it actually works. So this is the tree command that lists everything from folders to the files. So we can see the auto start have these are the files like under that directory or the folder, we can say. So this is the view actually only, and this is not by default installed. You can install it in simple way like apt install and tree. So most probably it is going to ask for the sudo command, so we need to type the sudo before using that, and here it will be done. Alright, so this is for the moving back. Alright, now we are back from the sudo command. Now let's have the some other folders, directories where the informations are stored temporarily. So the temp folder is there. So moving back to temp, this is the list. These are all the temporary files that will be wiped up once the system is restarted. But in this case, this is the live system. So once you are going to restart it without saving the state, it will be wiped up. Alright, now moving to the next command, that is the var and the log file. So going to var in this way, and the log. This is the log file that keeps all of the logs from the system we are doing here. So these are the log files similar to the Windows operating system that keeps every logs of the system, that what it is actually doing in the background and also in the foreground by the user. Everything, every services will be logged here, and this is the directory where every hacker is supposed to wipe up after the post exploitation and getting all of the results from there. So well, this is not the part of this course. So this is the log file where all of the systems generated files and the services are there for a sort of time. We can also clear that log too. Moving back to the commands. Alright, now these are for the commands and navigations for the folders files. And in some of the cases you will find yourself that the navigating from one directory to another is super easy using the commands only. So that's all for this command and all of this terminal basics that you may find it useful. See you in the next lessons. Thank you.